Peace and blessings. I am Minister Mustafa Abdullah of the Third Church of Jerusalem, House of Prayer, Temple of God. I was watching the L Word this evening, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the show, it's a fictional show that comes on Showtime. It's about lesbian women and the dealings of life, whatnot. And in part of tonight's episode, it was centering around a young lady who was going through what they call a transition to become a male. Her mother died, and she went home for her mother's funeral, and her family had not seen her since she had been going through this transition. So anyway, she's talking about her father and talking about how he would talk about certain groups of people, talk about niggers and faggots and kikes and kikes wops and just things of that nature, using language to demean a group of people. And her sister says, well, he's a good person, and she jumps in and says, he's just ignorant. So anyway, it got me to thinking, if you have someone that's such a nature, someone who is bigoted or racist or is mean in some way to someone, let's say outside of their family. So let's take a family man, a man who has some kids, a wife and kids, and he's a good father, he's good to his kids. Well, and that's the thing, he's a good father. If he treats his kids well, but he is demeaning towards other people, is he a good person? Anybody who's in the Ku Klux Klan, and there's plenty family men within that, and they might treat his kids, with plenty of love and affection, might treat his wife well, but can he really be a good person? What is that dynamic? Does having bad, if you will, that bad part of him, if you will, make him totally bad, and it totally eliminates any good? Does that good that's within him, in which way he treats his family, does that eliminate the bad? Can there be a leveling off at equal parts, 50% good, 50% bad? Or can it consist of greater good, 80% good, 20% bad, or vice versa, 80% bad, 20% good? And I'm really wondering about that dynamic. Or maybe could it be a thing where any little bit of one makes you that? If you were 99% bad and 1% good, does that 1% make you good? Once again, and vice versa. And then maybe, does that say something to there maybe not being such a thing as good and bad? Since most of the time, the good and bad becomes a relative thing. Someone treats someone good when you apply it to how they treat someone else, or how one person treats a group of people and another person treats that same group of people. If they show them loving kindness and another person doesn't, then he's bad and the other one's good. Or once again, is there just no such thing as good and bad? It just is. So just wondering, and just like your thoughts and opinions on it, your musings, if you will. God bless. Peace and love.